women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you, it is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
Emotional damage.
Hello, gentlemen. Listen up. I can tell you from my experience that males, on average, report being happier than women. Women tend to be more negative about life than males do. This is not universal, of course. There are gloomy men and happy women, but a comparison of the percentages of men and women who take antidepressants should convince anybody that men are generally happier than women. One study found that 24% of women use antidepressants, whereas only 10% of men do. Research after study has shown that males generally report higher levels of happiness than women do. If you're wondering why this is the case, here are a few potential explanations. Men's prime years tend to arrive later and persist for a longer period of time than those of women. Between the ages of 18 and 22, a woman reaches her sexual maturity, when she is at her most desirable and may choose from almost any guy willing to commit to a relationship with her. The men in her life will pay attention to her, provide for her, and provide her pleasure during this period. No matter what women say, the rush of validation she feels when a high-value man wants her is what she wants the most, and she can get any kind of man she wants because men are going to give her the attention she's looking for. Because of this, the years when women have the most influence on males are also the finest years of their lives, especially for attractive women. Our primes can last a decade, but that's just our reproductive prime. We can also get a lot of activity in our 20s if we work hard at it. Men are at their most beautiful between the ages of 30 and 55, and occasionally even longer. Don't get me wrong, men. I'm not claiming that a woman's beauty is more potent than a man's prime. I'm simply stating that a woman's is more potent. The pursuit of a young and beautiful woman is so appealing that men would go to great lengths to win her. It's true that a woman's prime won't be as long as a man's, but it will be far brighter and more valuable for much longer. While the sexiest women will attract more men than a beautiful woman of the same age, men may still have their fill in their 20s, and if they aren't quite at their peak, they have another decade to get there. If we take care of ourselves, we may extend the period of time during which we are at the height of our attractiveness to well into our 70s. When compared to this, the end of a woman's peak is shockingly sudden. One day she can sleep with any guy she wants, have everyone pay attention to her, and have every male in the room hurl themselves at her, and the next day she has nothing left. There is no such thing as a woman accepting her age and easing into her latter years. When a woman reaches her 30s, she experiences a period of intense popularity that is followed by a sharp decline. This is not to say that she is receiving no romantic interest at all. Rather, the men she is seeing are just not interested in her since she is older. Even if there are older women who are gorgeous at 35, they will never be as attractive as she was at 25. We men, on the other hand, mature and become more beautiful as we age, gain wisdom and experience, and become more seasoned. Our early adversity makes us more perceptive and intelligent, and we begin to behave like mature, responsible men. In contrast, most women stop maturing around the age of 18, at the beginning of their peak attractiveness, and remain stuck in their adolescent mindset until they begin to lose their attractiveness. That's why modern women are so annoying. By the time they realize their flaws, it's too late, and they are still acting like the immature 23-year-old they once were. This is also why many once gorgeous older women are now twice as challenging to hook up with as their younger counterparts. Men improve with age whereas women decline. Women are aware of this, and they deal with it by doing anything they can, such as seeing a doctor, taking medication, or concealing flaws, until she is ready to confront facts and accept them. For another, the more successful a woman is, the less desirable she is seen as by others. Feminism has succeeded in its goal of increasing women's earnings by encouraging them to enter the workforce, but it failed to account for the fact that a male gives little thought to a woman's success in the workplace. I'm referring to a woman's character and attractiveness as she climbs the corporate ladder and spends more time in an office setting. When a woman advances in her career and earns more money, she narrows her field of prospective suitors. This is in contrast to men, who are attracted to women regardless of their social standing so long as they are physically attractive. They prefer not to date working professionals or ladies who come out as overly aggressive. These are not the types of women that high-status men want. Rather, they choose ladies who are demure, meek, and subservient. Men prefer younger women and those in lower-status professions, which explains why it's so common to hear of a CEO having an affair with his secretary, who is just 23 years old. Since he holds more sway and prestige, he is the one to issue directives to her and the one to whom she must listen. This dynamic is crucial for the male and female attraction since she does what he says, asks for his permission, and doesn't spend her own money. As a result, males outnumber women in terms of high-status occupations in the United States. There's a good likelihood that if a male CEO is married to a female CEO, he's cheating on her. Perhaps he married her because she was good for his company's public image and bottom line, rather than because he was sexually attracted to her. It is only after this that women started to realize that their efficiency in the corporate world will not get them loyal and high-value men. Their bubble has burst, and thus, they have remained unsatisfied and sad. Women will only find happiness in this life when they start to embrace their femininity, when they accept the fact that their nature is submissive and not dominant. Alas, that is for today's video. Meet you tomorrow. Till then, keep taking your daily dose of red pill and share it with your men.